What's up, you guys? It is evening tea with Gail time. As you can see, I have assembled my girls, and whenever we get on here, they all over the place. I'll be trying to get them on here on time. But anyway, welcome to Evening Tea with Gail. For you guys that don't know why I started evening tea, I started evening tea because usually me and all my girls get together at least once a month or once every other month for birthdays, celebrations, hang out. We usually hang out after BSB. Thank you guys so much for hopping on. And once the pandemic hit, I kind of got lonely. I would talk to them on the phone, but all of these women are bosses. So, they doing their business and handling their business. And so I decided that I was going to assemble us all online and just talk like we would normally talk. They don't know what I want to talk about, but we're just on here just hanging out. And we thank God that you guys decided to join us. So tonight I always open up with my drink of choice. And if most people who know me know that I'm a tea connoisseur, I absolutely love tea, and I usually order tea from around the world until Miss Tawan Lowe started her Tea Lovers Cafe, and that has blessed my life. And so, with that being said, my tea of choice tonight is tangy tangerine. But today, usually I drink a lot of hot tea, but today I actually did it cold, and it is really good, Tawan. Thank you. So I did it cold. So yes, I have a red Dixie cup, but it is uh, tangy tangerine from the Tea Lovers Cafe. And so I'm going to put the website in there. And a lot of people ask me, Gail, is the tea really that good? And I'm going to tell you, even if she was not one of my girls, it is actually really that good. So go visit the Tea Lovers Cafe. I actually put the link in the chat. And somebody, Tawan or somebody, you need to go to my regular page and put it in the chat, because I can only put it on my business page and to YouTube. But anyway, so tonight my drink of choice is tangy tangerine on, cold. I'm drinking cold. What you drinking, Kiki?
Mm. I too have absolutely fell in love with the Tea Lovers Cafe. And tonight I am drinking cranberry orange.
All right.
Cranberry orange. Okay.
Orange.
What you drinking, Miss Kim?
I am drinking my Herbalife tea. There
We
go.
can't see it. There you go.
There we go. Herbalife tea helps to give you some good energy and burn some nice calories.
You need to come a little closer. I can barely hear you. I don't know if it's just me. Okay.
That better?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm at the salon, so please excuse me as I try to find myself in this mirror. But it helps you to burn 80 calories, gives you really good energy, and it comes in 6 flavors. So tonight,
okay. And the woman and the creator of the Tea Lovers Cafe, what are you drinking tonight, Mr. Tawan Lowe?
Well, let me just say this: good minds must think alike, because I'm also drinking cranberry orange tonight.
Oh, whatever.
You have to say orange.
Orange.
That's my choice tonight. And I want to tell Kiki, when you drink it cold and you add a little bit of lemon, it is the bomb.
Mm. I'm about to put in. I'm telling you, I'm about to place my next order because that's my last cranberry orange. I'm out of cranberry bliss. Lord Jesus, I need my cranberry. Come on, I got to place my order.
And we got a new friend joining us tonight, Miss Deidre. What you drinking?
Hey, everybody. I am drinking sparkling ice grape raspberry.
Oh, I like that one.
I ain't never had that. Are those good?
Good. They good.
Yeah,
they right there.
Yeah.
So is it water or is it juice? What is it?
It's water.
It's sparkling water, but it tastes a little like soda.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
To me.
To you? Okay. So we'll have Lisa, I know, is wrapping up from her her thing that she does. So she'll be joining us tonight. I just want to say, usually we have so many people accomplishing so many different things. So at the end of the night, we will be telling you all of what we have going on, because everybody has some amazing things going on. And like I said, I was not born with natural sisters, but God truly has given me some amazing people in my life that are so talented, and we're not in competition with one another. We actually support one another in everything. When they're doing something, I'm there, and vice versa. So I am so grateful for that. And so tonight I want to get started with something, and they don't never know what I'm going to talk about. All of them want to know, but I don't let them know, because when we meet up in person, it ain't like we have an agenda. We just start talking. So one of my clients asked me the other day, Gail, what do you think about the pastor, a woman pastor out in St. Paul, Minnesota, that was a pastor of a large mega church, and she decided to divorce her husband and become a stripper, and now she makes $100,000 a month stripping. And I was like, huh? Y'all looking at me? No, seriously. She starting holding classes online, teaching other women how to strip. She divorced her husband. She said she's always liked to be on stage, and that was one of the reasons why, because she grew up in a very strict Baptist church, right? And she said she always liked to be on stage, and she always liked people to, know who she was. And being from the background she went in, her and her husband went into being pastors. And she said once her marriage failed, and she knew that that was like a stain on her, she really went to do what she really wanted to do, which was teach people how to strip and stuff. And she has 3 kids, and she is able to take care of them 100%. And she makes $100,000, and she's posted her deposits a month doing that. So what is y'all thoughts? Did I leave y'all speechless? Oh, y'all not gonna say nothing?
What did you ask? Oh my gosh.
I asked about the pastor that was a pastor of a large church, and she decided that she was going to divorce her husband and become a stripper and teach people how to strip online, and she makes over $100,000 a year doing it. And one of my clients asked me what did I think, and I didn't even know about it, but I want to know what y'all thought about it.
Lisa,
I don't have any words.
That's why nobody does.
I don't think there's anything to say about that. That's
okay. Let's just All right, hold on.
She gonna try. You gonna try? Go ahead.
Hold on. Okay, so let's frame it like this. Gail Crowder, you are a sexologist. You are a Christian. You still married, but you teach women about their bodies, their husbands, a whole bunch of other stuff that I might not name right here. But y'all, if y'all listening, y'all want to call Dr. Gail Crowder, because she got some stuff to teach you. But what I'm saying is that you teach these kinds of things as well. And so what I'm wondering is with her is if she was led to kind of do this in a professional way. I think my thought is, how did she come to this? And she's still doing it under her Christian banner. Like, I'm trying to teach women, Christians, how to still be, sensual and sexual with their body through the art of strip, because that's something that we have, at BSB.
And I'm open, I'm open to women doing it, but I do it in the confines of marriage, right?
Right.
The problem, well, I shouldn't say the problem, that the what was brought to me by my client was, for one, she left the church, she divorced her husband, and this is what she decided she wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
And she wanted to do it because she said she's always liked eyes on her.
Oh, see, that's a different story. Like,
Kiki was making a good effort with that.
I was
going with, girl. I was like, I'm listening to her, like, maybe I can. But
thank you. I was trying.
Yeah, you did.
I did, but she probably got an OnlyFans page.
Maybe she took
Deidre, you got something to say? You're real quiet.
Well, my thing is she making that kind of money, but things fade away.
Yeah.
So you got to look at it like, for me, it's like, what is the Lord saying? Because I'm not going from bad to worse. I'm going from bad to better to the best. So I don't know. To me, that's like a downward spiral. For me, just for me.
Hold on. Okay, let me ask a question. How old is she?
Let me ask you.
How old is she?
She's 36.
Oh, okay,
She's
so
36.
so she still can have a body. Okay.
Right.
She's young.
She's
young.
probably
But
like,
let's say this, because we don't have
Okay, 36 is 4 years from 40.
Honey, I look good.
you look at
Hey,
it.
but looking good is not the question. We all look good, okay? But I'm just saying.
I mean, stuff start to sag though, for real.
right. You know what? It could be a space where she is like doing the self-discovery. Let's say she grew up in a very strict, like she said, she grew up in a very strict home, and back religious background, and they probably stuck to the rules, and you couldn't do this, you couldn't say that, you couldn't wear this, you couldn't, and then all of a sudden it becomes a place where she's like, I can't do this anymore, and feeling like she's been bound by that, and the religiosity of things, and I'm not saying yay, go for it, but it could be in this place. You know what? I'm just like, I'm tired of all of that, and I want to do this.
So she like works in a club and
I know.
like all
No,
of that.
actually, she has a studio in her home where she does it. Yeah.
Well, it sounds like
it's all virtual. It's all virtual.
It's all virtual.
OnlyFans.
Well, it seems like she divorced her husband and she divorced the church. It sounds like she did those two things: divorced her husband and divorced the church. Then she took something that she was passionate about and always wanted to do. Because remember, she said she liked being on stage in the limelight. So she made sure that she got to stay on stage, got to stay in the limelight so people can see her. And that's something that was just something in her she wanted to do. And right now she feels like she's living her best life.
Exactly.
Well, what happened to God though? What I want to know is what happened to God. I'm not trying to assume that she not, still in relationship with God, but it seemed like it.
But that's why I said, Kiki, when she divorced her husband, maybe she divorced the church at the same time, because we got bits and pieces. We don't know why she divorced her husband. We don't know why she stopped pastoring. We don't have all this in context. So I'm just going to connect the dots. If you was a pastor and you just decided, I'm just going to start stripping, you just totally, that's the only assumption I'm going to make. You totally divorced yourself from church, religion, and God at the time. I'm just hoping she will have an awakening while she's swinging around that pole, or maybe she'll fall and hit her head and be like this, what the frog am I doing? I mean, because we don't have enough of the story.
Yeah, we don't.
I mean, we really don't have enough of the story.
We don't have enough of the story, but I just thought, I was like, well, I said, I don't really have an opinion. I said, because the thing is that, I think it would have been different maybe if she would have still been married. I don't know. I didn't really know how to frame that, but I thought I would ask you guys.
Well,
and I've never seen all of y'all kind of sin.
Because not having.
I can't hear you.
She's not committing a sin. With think she's sleeping with men. I mean, I guess, is she really stripping, taking off her clothes, or is she showing people how to do it? She's making an honest living. I mean,
I don't know.
I mean,
so thank you, V, for joining us. Thank you, Kimberly. Thank you, Joan. Thank you, Mile. Thank y'all, ladies. What y'all think? We see y'all. What y'all think?
It's not like she's charging for a class, right? So
she's charging.
She's charging to watch or charging to teach?
She's charging to teach or whatever she's doing.
So she's teaching it. She's not.
That's why she make $100,000 a month.
Okay, it's different.
It sounds good, but I'm just trying to get the glory. That's all I'm trying to do. My sin wasn't that sin, but I remember when I was in sin, so I ain't trying to go backwards, and that's just me.
But what we're like you said,
Yeah.
we don't have like all the stuff. So her divorcing her husband, divorcing the church. What if she's like in this space where we don't know if God's talking to her, if she's listening to him. You know, is she in a complete backslidden position? I mean, we may have those thoughts that she's backslidden because she's not doing what she was doing before, but maybe she just feels like when I say take a time out, like the I don't know, restrictions might not be a good word, but just like all of the things that she felt that she was being bound and feeling like she was being smothered by, she's now feeling quote unquote free.
Free.
You know?
Yeah.
And it just could be like, I just needed this for me and make that self-discovery, you know, stuff like when you get married very young, I'm assuming she got married very young, you know, and she grew up in a very strict lifestyle, that this is that space that sometimes, and if she was a PK, you know, that can like, the lid goes off and we're done,
Yeah.
you know, and
Yeah,
those are the,
and I get that too. And you know, it's sort of like kids who were, you know, raised with a real strict parent. When they go off to college, they just
they
turn
lose
into
their,
somebody crazy. So we don't know, and I don't have no judge. I just was like, I don't even really know what to say about that. But you know, she got 3 kids. She taking care of them, and that's what I'm gonna say. All right.
Kimberly said she missed the topic. Maybe
Who?
Kimberly said she missed the topic.
Well, the topic is real quick, and we're gonna move on. Is there's a pastor in Minnesota who used
Who
to
typing?
pastor a large, her and her husband used to
Tawan.
pastor a large
Is that
church,
Tawan?
and she decided that she was going to leave the pulpit and become a stripper. That was what we was talking about, whoever that was for. And so again, you guys, thank you so much for joining us. All right, y'all know what happened on January the 6th. But I am more excited about what happened on January the 5th. Because Georgia went blue, baby. Woo! Georgia came on through, and we appreciate you people in Georgia. And so don't come for me because I didn't send for you. Yeah, Georgia went blue. And so what I you know on Wednesday when you know they yeah, I don't even know what to say after the food. You know, I talked to Kiki and I said, Kiki, you know, I'm really in tears. I was in tears for our country. And I think what brought the tears on for me was that I had clients like they acted and then I had clients over in the UK. And my clients said to me, Gail, what is going on in America? They're like, Gail, like we look up to you guys and it is chaos. Are you okay? And granted, I am, coaching them in their marriage, but I was like, I have no answers. I have no words. Because when you have somebody from another country that looks at America, right? And God has blessed me because I have clients in 3 different countries. And they ask you and you don't even have no words to frame it to say, that was just a little. No, this was huge because needless to say, people from other countries know our history better than us. I hate to say that, right? Because they were schooling me on the last time our capital and all this, like, and I was like, wow, right? And it saddened me so much. And I was like, I like literally was with my mouth open. And then the next day, Tawan sent me this link of Pastor Jamal Bryant. And I sent it to Kiki. And I don't know if I shared it with anybody else, but he framed that thing so good. It just gave me a whole new perspective. And I don't know about you guys, but I was just like, and I don't know if I got emotional because of my clients was so shocked, or I got emotional because I was sad for this country. And I think it was a little bit of both. So would you guys like to just talk about what your thoughts was about it? Because it was shock and awe to me. Literally shock and awe to me.
Yeah. Number one, I am very proud of Georgia as well. And I did watch that message by Pastor Jamal Bryant, and it was amazing. I sent it to my husband. I sent it to everybody because I just think it was so timely. And I'm proud to be moving to a blue state. So I'm very happy about that. And
you live in a blue state now, hush.
Well, okay. I'm proud to be moving to another blue state. And I'm glad to be living in a blue state right now. But I think, I think the historic nature of the 5th was, I think it was just overclouded by everything that went on with the insurrection at the Capitol. And, a lot of people will talk about this thing, being political, but what we have here is a human problem. We have a failure to treat people, brown, black, white, with the decency, human decency. And so I've been talking to a lot of my clients about it. Many of my clients are white. And, a lot of them are, of the mindset that this was wrong. And they were very mad themselves, very ashamed, very upset. And we just kind of had a talk about just human decency, like treating people with kindness and love. And when you you can't say that it wasn't racial, because when you hang a hangman's noose from a pole, everybody knows what that symbolizes, right? Everybody knows that. When you bring a Confederate flag, we're the only country that celebrates the Confederacy. These are people who enslaved people, who treated Black people less than humane. Why would you ever celebrate something like that? But we do. And so for me, it is very hard to and it's not all people, because I'm not one of those people who put everybody in the same boat. Some people do that with African American people, like we all, one thing, but I don't do that, because I pray and hope for a better America. And so my hope is that more than 80 million people voted for our new incoming president and vice president.
Why am I getting a lot of feedback? Hold on. Somebody needs to, you got two things going, mute one of them, please, because it's kind of hard to hear. I'm sorry, Kiki.
No problem. And I know a lot of people who don't believe who don't believe in what happened at the Capitol. But what I'm hoping, though, is that kind of opened the eyes of others who were skeptical. That's what I'm hoping, and that we can come together and really begin some kind of healing of this country, because we really, really need it.
Yeah. And I believe it starts with people acknowledging that it's alive and well, right? Because so many people think that it's not real. Just like people think COVID ain't real, you know what I mean? But it is real. Lisa, you got something to say?
It was sad. I think about the fact with me I've traveled those. I went back immediately I've been there. I worked downtown or whatever, and I've been in the underground areas of the Capitol and the Rayburn building and all that. That's what I did daily. And I know how it was scary, because immediately I realized that, wait a minute, something just didn't feel right, because when I went up there, I had to learn to maneuver how to get, because it's amazing up there. They don't have to come up to sunlight for anything. Everything is down there. I could, go from my building, go into a house building, go underground, and go all the way underground up into the Senate. So through the Capitol and everything, and never see daylight. They have everything they need there. And it was amazing. They have a train system, and all this stuff was, there. And I thought, how did these people get through here? And immediately just something was very unsettling to me. And then I do go back to what Kiki said. It was sad too, because it's like people are really, it's amazing to me that people go into all of these things that they're passionate about, and they skip over the fact that these are human beings and you're wanting to do these horrible things, and don't care. And there were kids out there, and it was just horrible to watch other people. And I said, maybe just, it was hard to watch people want to do these kind of things to people, regardless of whether you don't agree with them, you don't have to like everybody, but to want to do physically and do harm. And then I guess to watch the aftermath after it happens and you realize that people lost their lives, and just the complacency about like oh well, that was so hurtful to me, because it's like, look, some child lost their father, and that none of that touches you as a human being. That's sad to me. It's worse than sad. I just can't find a word for it, but it's like, I don't know what you do with that. I don't. Yeah, we in a bad way. I don't know what to do, because I don't know how it's going to get better.
Deidre, you got something to say?
It really is a continuation.
Actually, I do. I just think the thought process is everybody want what they want. And so a lot of times when things don't go their way, well, first of all, I want to just start with y'all president. He couldn't accept the fact that we don't win everything. When you lose, you learn from losing. And so it was a setup from the very beginning. And so for them to do the things that they did, when I saw that, it was just unbelievable. I was just like, wow, like really, like y'all, beating people with poles and, all that kind of stuff. Like it just did. And then it's America. People are watching us. The other countries are watching us and they're looking at us. And I'm just gonna put it out there. I was just so glad that I didn't see the black and browns out there, because they always saying what we did, and that wasn't us. We was watching. We had a bird's eye view, just like the rest of the world. Russia, the UK, everywhere. They got a chance. The Caribbean. It was just like unbelievable. And then some people just still feel like, well, it wasn't that bad. Don't impeach him. Because the country is divided. Hello, is anybody living in America other than us? The country is divided, and it has been divided. So it's like they just didn't care. And then so much coming up. It was an inside job. It's just ridiculous. And my thing is, I'm just so glad that I know the Lord, because I already know he got us. That's my thought process. It might sound cliche, but that's the thought process, because to live in America with all of this that's going on, I didn't even see Good Morning America from the day, but when I get off here, I gotta watch Good Morning America. I gotta watch The View. I gotta watch GM3. Because I love watching the news from around the world, but to see all this going on in America, and I live here, it's just horrible.
Yeah,
it's horrible.
Yeah. And pretty much, Juan, you got anything you want to add?
Yeah, I want to say that, I want to go back to what Deidre said. People just want what they want. It was such an act of selfishness and entitlement that we saw, that if I cannot have what I want, then I will do whatever I want. And it's okay that I do it. In America, you better not say nothing to what I do.
That part.
And because it was excited by someone of authority, it felt like it's already okay to do. I was at work working, and my mother was texting me blow by blow. I swear for goodness, one text. And I had to literally say to her, please stop texting me, because I'm still at work. I am dealing with some of his followers as we speak. And it's something is rising up in me. And I need to have better control, because right now I'm angry about what's going on. It was just literally ridiculous, but it truly was an inside job. Period, point blank. Lisa just talked about what the Capitol is. Let me tell you, you're not just walking up in the Capitol and doing what you want to do, baby. Them doors locked, slam locked. You're not getting in there. Somebody opened the door, and it was a crime. We need to call it what it was. It was a crime against America. It was
even to maneuver through those buildings and get to those rooms. And I heard them interviewing a guy who said, and this is how complacent people are, which is like, I don't know where we're living here. Because he said, yeah, I was there. Maybe I didn't do the right thing. He got caught up in the moment. Okay. But he was talking about it as if, like, oh yeah, I was there. We were in there for 30 minutes to an hour. And he even said they went to a room and they prayed. Okay. So they went to a room
Yeah.
in there, and a lot of them got together and they prayed. And he talked about how, afterward I had a little bit of I was like, I don't know if I did the right thing, but he was just talking about it like it wasn't nothing. And I was just like, when people start talking about they went somewhere like that and they prayed, but they're just kind of, just talking about it, it's like, what when you go to church, when you pray, I don't understand, because you would feel, I'm just feeling, I'm not trying to judge people, but what are you feeling inside? What do you mean that maybe I wasn't? But he kept saying, which I kept thinking about what he kept saying, well, what are you supposed to do when no one will listen to you? And I thought, how entitled is that to go straight to, nobody's listening to me. They won't do what I want them to do. So this is what I get to do to make myself be heard, and it's all okay. Where do you get that from? I mean, people die because you might have done something wrong. You might have done something wrong. Yeah, people die, but I mean, you're talking about it 3 days later. Somebody don't have their father or their mother or whatever, and it don't even hit you in here. I mean, but you pray. I don't understand it. I don't.
I didn't get
But
it.
it's who you pray to.
Well, here's one of the things though, right? Here's one of the things that as a coach, it's my job, right, to kind of really try to empathize and try to see what's going on with other people. So the media shows us what we believe, what we already ascribe to. So like if you watch CNN, MSNBC, all these different places, right? You're gonna get one view. If you watch Fox News and these other different channels, you're gonna get one view. Also, depending on how often you're on social media and everything like that, you're gonna see different things that are coming your way. So what I heard from like some other people who were like just analyzing, and what I could see from my standpoint, is that some people who believed in that, they really did think that the vote that it was rigged. I mean, like they legitimately thought that this was a very unfair election and that it was stolen from them. Because if you say it enough, right? If you say a lie enough, then people start to believe it. It's the same thing in slavery and racism, right? If you say Black people are terrible enough, if you say Black people are criminal enough, if you say Black women have children out of wedlock and teen mothers enough, then people will believe it, when in fact it's not true. When in fact it is the white race who has more children out of wedlock, who is more criminalistic and all those things, right? So if you say the lie enough, people believe it. And so what has happened is a lot of people who were maybe potentially at that rally, not rally, but that whatever they was doing there, and otherwise believe the lie, right? Believe the lie that is continuously given to them, and it's not true. And it is these people who are already in power, whom was voted into power by people in our same country, who propagated the lie, knowing they know better. They know that it was a lie, but they still move forward with no evidence. And so I just say that to try to give us a little different view of what people are going through, because as a coach and a professional, I try to look at it from both sides. And I feel sad for people who believed a lie.
Well, let me just tell you this. As a coach and all of the same thing, I try to look at it from the both sides too. And this both sides is if it would have been us up in there, we would have never got out. And if we would have got out, we would have went out in body bags and handcuffs. Okay. So
True.
that's looking at it from both sides too.
True. True.
Well, I will say that it cleared a whole all of those shaded gray lines that we've lived with for so many years are not shaded or gray. They are well defined. The line is clear. And I have always said denial is a beast.
Yeah.
And I'll go back to what Deidre said. I mean, it just goes to show me that if you do not get yourself right with God in here, then you will believe, you just will believe all kinds of things that don't even make sense.
Yep.
And that's what's scary because I'm seeing the number of people who will, I mean, it's like saying the sky is blue and then someone else saying, no, the sky is kind of like a greenish or whatever. And you go with that because that's just it's an opinion. You think it's an opinion or whatever. So people actually speak opinion over fact. So they just don't accept what is. And I thought that about COVID too, that denial kept people from accepting the fact that I think their minds would not allow them to realize that this is what the life is right now. It's a pandemic. There's a disease, the virus out here that could kill you. But some people, their minds will not allow them to live in reality. So then all of these things happen. And that to me is a sign of a whole lot of people who are really not well. Not well. I mean, just really not.
And they're not, and the thing is, and it is, it's kind of sad because today, on the 21st, I'm scheduled to have surgery, and it is crazy because the lady who called, schedule everything, she was like, if things get bad, we either will have to try to check you into the hospital the day of inauguration, or we might have to move you to a couple of days after, and all this kind of stuff. And see, it's bad when they have to try to, and I wasn't even thinking about this, that, the day after, right? That it could be all of this stuff, right? And and I'm like, I didn't even think about this. So she's like, yeah, so you might want to be prepared if we give you a call and say, man, we need to come check you in so you can have surgery. Or if it's so bad that we will have to move you out. She said, we ain't gonna move you out, to like February or nothing, but it might be on Monday or something like that. And she's like, well, what about Saturday? And I said, no, I don't do no Saturday surgeries. I said, because I'm not being funny. I got a lot of people in the medical field, and that's the B team, and I need the A team on me.
You right about
I don't do no
that.
Saturday surgeries. I only
I'm learning.
Yeah, you don't do no Saturday unless it's emergency or something. You don't do no surgeries on Saturdays because that's the B team. Because the A team work during the week. All right.
And first thing in the morning too.
Amen. Because mine is scheduled for me to be there at 5:40. Yeah. I don't want nobody that ain't fresh either. So I want fresh bread. So I told myself, we'll maneuver. Why y'all laughing? I live in the house with Mr. Crowder. I know a whole bunch of people in the medical field. They say don't ever get surgery on the weekend unless it's like an emergency break or something like that. But if they can splint you up and move you to Monday, that's your better bet. Just to let you know. Okay. Anyway, and I'm sure there's probably gonna be some medical patients. I work on the weekends. Don't email me because I don't care. All right. I learned some stuff. One thing my husband also told me, I'm gonna go with this and then I'm gonna move on. Is if you ever in the hospital and you in pain, don't ever leave the hospital out of pain and say, oh, that you can take them pain pills. He said, if they can't get you under control with that IV, you ain't gonna never get under control with them pills. Just to let you know that too. All right. All right, moving on.
I'm gonna share that because my husband is scared of needles, and he would take the pill first. But now I'm gonna say Gail said, and because he do not do needles, but I'm gonna say yeah, you ain't going nowhere. Sit right there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yep.
no, seriously, it's true. If they, because you got to think, the IV is directly into your veins. It goes just like this. That pill got to go through all of this stuff. And if you hurting with that thing that can go right to your vein, oh, that pill ain't gonna take it away.
That's what I'm saying. I got my confirmation. I'm gonna tell him. Mm-hmm.
There you go. All right, I just want to talk about this real quick because this is something else. One of my, okay. Do y'all think? Y'all know Dr. Dre is getting a divorce from his wife after 25 years. Yeah, I was like, oh, that broke my heart for real. After 25 years, and she wants $2 million a month of spousal support. What do y'all think about that?
That's normal for them. That's the norm.
I think Deidre hit it on the nail. I think Deidre nailed it. Deidre nailed it. That's normal for them because I ain't trying to be funny, and we are all great on here. None of us could ask for no $2 million a month.
That's because we know we wouldn't get it.
We ain't gonna get what they ain't got.
That's what I'm saying. I mean,
Right.
You know he ain't got
So it sounds like
for that. You know he ain't got it. No, I'm just kidding.
And
just
my
it
thing is,
sounds like lunacy, but who am I to say that she's not worth $1 million a month? I mean, I don't know what kind of lifestyle she has got to cut to. I don't know if she has a.
What can you buy? I mean,
money.
Lifestyle. I understand they have a extravagant lifestyle, but my thoughts are it's $2 million. Like, what are you spending? Like,
it's probably the principal more than anything else. She may not spend a dime, but
but is it not? It's not determined. Is it by what she was spending on? I thought it was more so determined on whatever their lifestyle was and to maintain that on some level. So yeah, I mean, if you went based on what people need to pay for your everyday bills like we live in, yeah, the number would be very different. But if she's used to living a certain way, then her numbers is looking a whole lot different than I was.
and she got to remember that they're in COVID too.
Look, no, I mean,
but think about it. 2 million. I don't know what his net worth is or anything like that.
Lot.
Right. So 2 million. It could be, not even a lot to maintain that type of life, maintain the type of lifestyle that she has. And if they've been together, she's had access to way more than 2 million a month.
Yeah, well, he has over $250 million worth of Apple stock as far as the value. That's just
Apple.
Mm-hmm. That's just Apple.
So I'm trying to tell you, 25 years ago, and she was with him from, in the very beginning of all of this. So, I mean, I don't know numbers wise, I don't know, but if you maybe do percentage wise on what we would get from, our perspective, whatever, she might be still under the bar, and we don't know that, and she might feel like, yeah, it looked like a big number to somebody else, but to me, I'm not even asking for what I could get. And I don't think it's a matter of her trying to take them for back. I never got that impression from what I've seen of their relationship. I don't know them personally or anything, but 25 years.
No, and I'm just saying, when I see that number,
she put in some blood, sweat, and tears. So why would he even have a problem with it? I guess is what I'm asking. I mean, why is that not an easy yes if you rolling in Apple? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Is that making sense?
Well,
Why
if 2 million, how support lasts for how long?
That's right. That's right.
He proclaimed a
prenup. She said she signed a prenup. And she said he tore it up. But he
don't have it?
No, but he produced the prenup with her signature.
That's shady then.
Well, she claims he tore it up. He claims he never tore it up, and that he produced it, and it is her signature on there. But she said that the one that they had was tore up. So, yeah.
Well, I will tell you this. My signature done appeared on something that I did not sign. Okay. So I don't know what app they used or whatever.
Back
But
in
I
the
mean,
day, back in the day, Gil was his name was on a lot of stuff.
yeah, look,
Credit
but
card
I'm just
bandit.
saying, I'm
Credit
just
card
saying
bandit.
her signature on it don't necessarily mean it is legit. Cause yeah, I ain't gonna share the story, but yeah, I was like, yeah, that's my signature, but I sure don't know how I got on that piece of paper right there. That's what I don't know.
Gilbert didn't know either.
Yeah.
I don't know either, but it appeared.
It's magic.
Look, so I don't want to get into no legal stuff, but I'm just saying things can happen. But I don't know. 2 million for Dr. Dre. I'm thinking, I don't know if that's like this outrageous number. I don't know. If you're talking about $600 million and then she getting two.
No, this is just per month.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, still.
Probably for 10 years.
Where's she living at?
This
Where's
is
she
her
living?
spousal support for right now until they divorce.
But is she living in a $1 million home that they had together or something?
I don't know, but she said she needed that to maintain her lifestyle till they separate and separate the asset.
That may be true. If she been living with Dr. Dre, I'm sure he ain't been pinching no pennies. So, I don't know. Are you supposed to live regular once you divorce or things don't work out with a celebrity spouse? Do you just go back down to regular living? I'm just asking for a friend, because then I'm thinking it ain't even worth it then if you're like, okay, well, we ain't together no more, then I just go back to the but what? No.
Regular living after I've been with you for 25 years and gave you
I don't know about that.
I'm with y'all, and you want me to go back to ground zero? I don't think so.
Yeah, nah. Not unless we can go all the way back to 25 years ago and I can say no. I mean, what?
Look,
that don't add up. That don't add up.
I gotta go back. We all going back.
I'm just saying though.
Hello.
Come on now. 25 years you've been living large, and now that you don't like me no more, I'm supposed to go back to $50,000 a year just because. Well, wait a minute.
I ain't going nowhere in that case. Wherever you go, I'm going with you.
Oh,
where we going, Dre? Where we going? What we moving to?
We still
moving into this house?
We still together.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we still together.
Why she sign a prenup then? Why she do that though?
You know, when you 25 years ago, you're young.
Kiki, check the live.
I would have been like,
okay. So Jones said 2 million.
Rip that up. Don't be bringing no prenup to me.
Jones said 2 million is not a difficult ask for how they have been living. So she said that's not a difficult ask.
That's what I thought. She now the prenup thing. It's like, girlfriend, why are you signing papers saying what you ain't gonna do?
You know what? Hold up, Lisa, though.
30 years from now.
Listen, though.
Back in the day, he was Dr. Dre, but he wasn't Dr. Dre. You know what I mean?
So then why you signing a prenup?
Back in the day, he was Dr. I Want to Be.
We done a whole bunch of things. And Dr. Dre back in the day was Dr. Dre. Like Dr. Dre was Dr. Dre.
Dr.
You know,
Dre.
he might not had like all the money he got right now, but that dude was hot. And so if you a young girl, like, oh my God, Dr. Dre like me, he want to marry me, and all I gotta do is sign this piece of paper. I'm signing the paper. If I want to,
I ain't signing no paper. I ain't signing no paper.
Wait, so at 25 or whatever your age is, you signing the paper because you just as silly.
I ain't signing no paper. I'm trying to tell you.
Back in the day, back in the day when Gil and I was 21 and 22, right? And he, I would have, if you like, shoot, I work for $1 million and you could get $500,000 to me was like heaven. You know what I mean? Like, wow, I'm rich. So I probably would have done it. I could see what Kiki's saying.
It's the principle of it to me. Why would you need to sign a piece of paper saying what you won't do or you can't do if we happen to get divorced? That's too much. That's too much. I don't know.
So you
Maybe I'm
thinking
saying
now
it low,
as a
but I don't want to
mature
sign no
woman.
prenup.
Right, you thinking
I
as
don't want to
Lisa
sign no
Ralph
prenup.
Washington, who is smart and grown and
Yeah.
and all that kind of stuff. You're not thinking about the young girl Lisa Washington who might have made mistakes and you know what I'm saying and was naive about some things. Now don't say that.
I don't know that I might have been naive about some things, but I'm thinking pretty consistent. I'm not signing no prenup. If you ask, look, let me tell you something. The way my mind was set up, even at 25, you asked me to sign a prenup. Oh, we got another conversation. How dare you ask me to sign a prenup? I guess because I'm not feeling that even asking me to sign it. It's not even about the money for me. It's like, why you, because on some level to me, that's a trust issue. Why you asking me about not take your money later on in life? If we
But
talking
I don't
about
think,
coming
Lisa,
together,
look
why
at
is
it like
money
this.
an issue?
You bag, you done snatched Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre trying to get with you. He's
No.
trying to say, I want to marry you. Like, you see
And
what I'm saying? In that mind, at 21, what
what is
I'm just saying,
but really, so
I know,
what?
but for real, I know back in the day, I was looking for love in all the wrong places. Shit, I done did so many things for no money. Okay, so I just let's be real about it. I mean, like, hello,
But I mean, okay, but I'm just saying, it's the principle. It's something about
And that's what
it's
I
I know
need to get
that's right.
paid. I need to go back to everybody and get paid right now because I done did some stuff.
it's something about somebody asking you to sign a prenup that is just never been something I thought was a cool thing to do. I just don't think that that's a proper thing to do with a relationship. Now I get it. Okay, you 25 and doctor. First of all, no, not doc. No, that wouldn't have worked. It would nah. But I'm just saying because even with me being that enamored and the celebrities back then when I was 25, I can't think of a soul. Okay, that could be like, "Ooh, I like Lisa Dove," and I'm gonna say, "Oh, I'll sign." No.
Baby, I can think of Jodeci.
But
Um,
Oh
I
no,
mean,
no.
listen,
Jodeci.
no, not Jodeci, but Jagged Edge. I would marry one of them. All of them, and they ain't amount to much, but I
No.
listen.
I'm sure they are wonderful guys. I'm sure they
Usher
are wonderful
Raymond,
guys, but
a whole bunch of
You can see your face. You like Jodeci.
Usher Raymond, all of them.
taking that.
But let's think about this, y'all. Let's think about this. There have been women who have signed prenup agreements, and when they came out, they were better off than when they started. So sometimes prenup agreements don't necessarily
It's
leave you
just not
without
about
anything or don't give you a lot. But again, I'm gonna have to say this: if I had access, I had bigger assets than what I had to protect. I'm not going to say I would be against it. And I'm not going to necessarily say that it's not a trust issue or that. I just want to protect my assets. And that's how some of these celebrities were either raised, taught to do to protect their assets.
Now,
I
listen,
They
get
just,
it. I
I'm not
get it.
saying
I
it's
just
right,
don't
wrong,
think
or different.
I remember when Candy was marrying Todd,
Yep.
and baby, that thing almost didn't go down
Honey,
Yeah.
her mom was
without that
having it.
prenup. Okay, like for real. And had he not
Yes.
signed it, they wouldn't be together. And that's real. And so I get it.
okay.
Now that he
Okay.
signed it, he didn't made his own businesses, his own stuff, his own whatever.
I get it, but I'm
Deidre
just
looking like
saying.
with Deidre acting like Lisa. I don't think Deidre would sign nothing either. Would you sign something, Deidre?
If the white would have asked me, no, we're in love. What does that have to do with it?
And listen,
No,
and that's what
look, and I can understand where Lisa coming from because if we're in love, we're talking about marriage. Why are you asking me to sign a prenup? You're thinking about something going wrong. But then on the
listen,
flip
that's what
side of
Jones
it, if
said.
I was the one with the money, like I was so mad at Mary J. Blige because she should have made that dude sign a prenup.
Yeah, how's it different, Deidre?
I'm still mad about that. Well, my thought process is because you don't have nothing. If we come in it from ground zero, then it shouldn't be a prenup. we come in it and you got your stuff, then it should be a prenup.
So
That's
you
just my
agree?
thought process.
You understand what we're saying? And Deidre said that Dr. Dre was not broke and busted. He did the okey doke and possibly told her that it's just business, and she did it based on love. And Wakila said, I wouldn't sign a prenuptial agreement either. That's like the woman who prepares for the wedding and then ends up with a raggedy marriage.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like the concept. Yeah, I mean, because it's like you giving one person all this power over you, and he's planning for a fail. So even if that's what he plotting and planning to do, because I'm thinking on some level you already thinking, because are you putting
I
are you putting 100% in if you are working, if your purpose is to protect your money from me, if we don't work out, then we ain't exactly on the same page. We not.
But Lisa, if he already had money and we just got together, if Dr. Dre was a baller shot caller,
he was.
Okay, so if I'll sign it. But if I helped you build this empire, I don't think so.
And you ain't married to Dr. Dre either.
Well, but here's the downfall to that. So okay, he had some stuff, and she didn't have as much as he had. She signed it, but she stayed in that marriage for 25 years.
Mm-hmm.
Now, but she done signed a prenup. So now she ain't do nothing, even though she put in 25 years. How is that fair?
What I'm saying is that I'm sure now that she's been married 25 years, she's gonna get
something.
Man, he ain't trying to imagine that. Man, he wanted her to sign a prenup. Then she asked for something like, hey, wait a minute, we live in this lifestyle. Can I have it? He don't want to give it to her.
I don't know if he's giving her the $2 million. I know that's what she asked for. So
you don't want to give her $2 million, and you sitting on six. You don't want to give her $2 million. What? Come on, man. What's the problem?
$2 million a month. You keep talking about it ain't $2
million a month for a Dr. Dre.
Okay.
That's like going to the 7-Eleven and getting a bag of chips and a soda. What? What? What is the problem? Get a girl the money. Wait a minute. Dr. Dre and all we done seen the snippet, okay? So 25 years. Look, like Medea said. 25 years.
Lord, get a prenup while you building your empire, baby.
No, I don't want his money.
You stay thinking Dr. Dre was, or he was tore up. Dr. Dre was the man.
Okay, and Dr. Dre had some slippage issues. So what I'm saying is, ain't no amount of, you can't put no number on no paper to let me say, okay, for 25 years out, endure that so that I can. No. How about you sign one for me?
I feel sorry for her. Anyway, you guys, we're about to wrap up. Whatever. We're about to wrap up evening tea, but before we do that, I want all of these amazing ladies to speak to you guys and tell you what they have going on, so you can support them. You can look out for one of their events or whatever they got going on. And I'll start. We got BSB 2021 coming to you guys, Rise Leveling Up, on March the 26th and 27th. So you guys make sure you go to gailcrowder.com and sign up, or you can go to bsbconference.com. Either way, you don't want to miss this. We have amazing teachers and speakers. Our special guest is Judge Lynn Toller. She's going to be coming to talk to us about what divorce is going to cost you, and it's way more than money. Kiki Ramsey, what you got going on?
$2 million a month.
$2 million. It's going to cost you $2 million. And some more. Many of you know I am the founder and CEO of the Positive Psychology Coaching and Diversity Institute, and we take a strengths-based approach and DEI approach to leadership development via coaching. And so all y'all work in your organizations. So go over to PPCADI, which is Positive Psychology Coaching and Diversity Institute, and check us out and refer us to your organization, because we'd love to come in and provide some coaching for you all.
All right, Miss Kim, what you got going on?
We started a new online weight loss challenge for the next 7 weeks. We meet weekly for 30 minutes via Zoom. We teach you about nutrition, shopping for your food, reading nutrition labels, all these different things. Have your best wellness goals and achieve them.
All right, Miss Tawan, what you got going on?
On March 6th, we will be doing the Envision Your Future, the Vision Board Experience, around about, now for real. People are no longer following their New Year's resolutions. So they're going to need a time to reboot and get up on that next, to get back up to their, dreams and goals. So we will be having that. You can go to www.tawanlo.com and you will see the Vision Board Experience for May 6th. And we are also working on our second book, Everybody Needs a Little TLC. We will be working on, this book is about self-love and self-care. And I'm excited to say we have 2 organizations who bought the first book for their programs, looking forward to the second one. So we're going to have a call for authors coming up in the next 2 weeks. So I'm just very happy about that. And, just very happy that the books are actually going into hands of organizations to help make a difference for families and individuals. So that's what we got going on. So look out for that.
Amen. Miss Dee, what you got going on?
Amen. Oh, me?
Yeah.
I'm thinking about that vision board. I'm being that one this time. So I launched the No Wife Left Behind private premier group, and it's just for wives. It's only $20 a month, and I'm putting all my programs in that. And then on Valentine's Day, we're launching the One of a Kind Marriage on Fire magazine. We've been trying to launch it for 8 years, but we finally found the people that we need to launch it. So,
nice. Amen. Amen. And last but not least, Miss Lisa Dove Washington, what you got going on?
Well, I will share that the Luncheon with Lisa show has been actually people have been reaching out. So I am not only streaming Luncheon with Lisa live on Thursdays, but I have another broadcasting network that airs it on Fridays, and hopefully on Saturday it will be on Roku as well. And I have some other amazing things coming up with the publishing. So I will share that I finally released my kids' book. This is the first book of Cam Caper's children's book series. So this book will follow Camden, my grandson, along all of his journeys. So I got some catching up to do because he's a busy little boy. But this is my very first hard copy book within the series, and I have some amazing projects, collaborations, and single authors coming up with Touch by Dove Publishing. So I'm really, really excited about it. And there's some interviews and TV spots that are coming up because I'm going to be doing some storytelling with the book as well. Some people have reached out about some cable networks that would like for this book to be read on some networks and shows that are being pitched for TV. So I'm looking forward to it.
Where can we get the book at?
You can get the book on Barnes and Noble and Amazon in hard copy or ebook.
Okay, I'm gonna get it for
and I have copies too, so I can get him to put his little scribble in it. So,
Lisa, tell me the name of it again.
The name of the book is When Gigi Meets Cam. Okay. And I am Gigi and Cameron. I'm going to do a virtual book release. Yes, I am. And Camden's going to be the master of ceremonies as long as he stays alert. So, but we have the backdrop and we're getting a logo for him. He has a page called Cam's Corner. If you go check it out on Facebook, I share everything, but I'm really excited about this and it's more to come.
Nice. All right, ladies. Thank you guys so much for joining me with Evening Tea with Gail. I love you guys, and you guys continue to be safe. Wear your mask. Make sure that you say you love somebody today because tomorrow is not promised to you. I'll see you guys next month. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.